Hey, welcome to Maximum Bat Speed. I want to do a video today of the student that came in from the Bay Area today, and the thing we worked on today was mainly just the load and the weight transfer. And what I did with him was I was trying to teach him how to get torque and how to get separation. So let's get started here and I'll explain to you what's going on here. On the left is the before and on the right is the after. And one thing I'm going to show you here is this. One thing I always check for is once a person gets into the gather, you want to see what occurs after that. So I'm just going to draw an arrow right here in the back of his hip here on these videos, and you're going to see what's going on here. You're going to see here on the left here, he's already moving back on that one, but on the right, he's already starting to transfer his weight. You see what's going on right there? And what you want to have here at toe touch, you want to have some already distance between that line. And you can see here that arrow, you can see here there's hardly any movement at all. There's too much weight on the back side right here. And what I told him here on the right here, once I worked with him probably about a half hour into the lesson right here, explained to him how important it is to finish balance, how important it is to transfer your weight to the front side. And the more weight transfer or stride that you get forward, the more opportunity for a better load. And you can see here on the left here that he pretty much had a lot of weight, too much weight on his backside. And you can see by the angles here that he actually has too much weight again on the back, where here you can see there's a lot more symmetry, a lot more balance, and looks more athletic. Another thing that you see here going at toe touch is he has on the right a shoulder to elbow look right here going on, and right here on the left on the before you can see here that his shoulders are pretty much right there, and then it goes down a little bit right there. And this is pretty much about, again, a half hour into the lesson. I worked with him for about 45 minutes to an hour. By the end, he actually had even better angles than he has right here on the right. But this video right here shows you already the improvement and already the symmetry and the balance that's going on here. Another thing to focus on here is this. You can see here, and I'm just going to draw an arrow here again to show you that where the shoulders were pointing here in this direction right here at toe touch. And again, because of the torque and the separation between the lower and upper body and how much better stride he had, his shoulders were pretty much pointing to the second baseman. This is pretty much what you see at higher levels. And also too, his hips were opened up quite a bit. And over here on this video here, his hips were definitely closed more like you see at higher levels. So great job there that he did at adjusting to the new mechanics. Now, as I go further here, I'm going to put him here at heel plant, and you can see here at heel plant, again, you can see here that his shoulders here are definitely opened up here at heel plant, and over here on the right, you can see that his shoulders are still closed, and this is what you want to see right here at heel plant. And another thing that's going on very nicely here on the right hand side, and I'm going to adjust these lines right here, he has a nice little slightly bent arm. And another thing that I told him was that I wanted to see the knob pretty much by the back of his back foot as he was walking away from the hands. You can see that did a beautiful job right there. So again, beautiful job. And again, on this video right here on the left, you can see here that his hands and everything right there weren't too bad, but again, he opened up too much with his shoulders, where he was pretty much going to be leaking too much of his power to the left way too soon. Another thing to look at right here is this, and if you look at what's going on with his back foot, again, as he gets to heel plant, you can see already that he's starting to, with on the bottom here, if you look at the bottom of his foot right here, he's still planted. And on this video right here, you can see that there's definitely been a process going on because of the hips being able to be freed up more, because he's landing more symmetrical and landing more balance. He's able to use his hips a lot more freely, therefore being able to release the back foot much better. And you can see again on the video on the left, he just has too much weight on his backside right here. And when you do that, when you don't stride with balance and you don't stride symmetrical, what happens is you end up having too much weight on the backside. Therefore, your swing can get a little bit off whack, and you can swing too much with a trajectory going uphill, where this is going to give you a lot more opportunity to hit line drives. And again, very nice job of making adjustments this young man did with his swing. Now as we get to the connection part of the swing right here, you can see right here, beautiful job right here. on the right hand side. You can see how the bat is coming down at a beautiful angle right here, and his shoulders are right there, and the bat's coming really close to his deltoid area. Here again, he has a slightly bent arm right there, and on this one right here where his shoulders are right there, and you can see that the bat is way down here already, and these swings are very synchronized together, and you can see much better angles on the right than there are on the left. And again, what we worked on was the torque and the separation, and all that allowed him to have a lot more of a spin force going through the ball, releasing his back foot much better, and also too because of the weight transfer and everything and landing balance. You can see from the bottom of his back foot how much better his back foot is released, and the angles how much better they are on the right. They look more at a higher level. And again, this is only working with him for about a half hour into the lesson, and he started catching on very, very quickly. Another thing to look for here is this: as we get into the point of contact, you can see here again that you can see what I always bring up, where the elbow should be working up to the height of the mouth, and we talked about this a little bit in the lesson. You can see here he has beautiful angles going on right here, and he maintains a pretty good hitter's box right here, where this one right here, you can see that his elbow was a little too low when we talked about that. And again, having his hands too low created issues with he getting to the left side much too quickly. And you can see here on the video on the left, he's just getting to the left side too quickly, where on the right he's extending through the ball a lot better, therefore allowing him to hit the ball with more of a line drive trajectory. You can see the flight of the ball on the right, much better flight pattern, much more of a better line drive, where on the left it's a little bit too high. And again, a lot of that, like I mentioned earlier, is having too much weight on your back side. And again, as I back all this up a little bit, I'll just sort of run it down for you a little bit in slow motion here so you can pretty much see what's going on when you compare the swings. You can see definitely on the right hand side, and again as you get to toe touch, a much better angles at toe touch right there. Beautiful job. And again, if you look on the right hand side, as he gets to heel plant, the shoulders are still closed. You can see how his back foot is starting to get more engaged because of the hips are more engaged. And again, as he starts to get into the connection part, very nicely connected right there. Beautiful job, much better by the deltoid. And again, you can see the angles coming into the ball, much better for a good whip action through the ball. And again, right there at bat lag, the bat lagging behind beautifully, where on the left he's too tight to his body and his elbows too low, and that again creates problems. And as he gets to the point of contact, you can see how he's hitting through the ball, therefore producing much better line drives. Again, this student worked again on torque. Great job applying better torque, and great job on the weight transfer, therefore the results became much better. If you ever need my services, please feel free to contact me. I do online video analysis, and I also do private lessons. Please give me a like if you learned something, if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. Have a great day.